Steve. Hi, Mark. I've been looking for this place. I found it. Yeah. We all need one of those. And he's agreed. No, he hasn't. No. Welcome.
It's Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas. Did you ride that all the way from California?
From Barbados.
Oh, from Barbados.
My team took 7th in the world in the international championships.
Yeah, you know, tell him about that. He literally plays Segway polo.
Yeah, it's kind of like real horse polo. Anybody of even older ages can play it, and it's a lot of fun, and it's getting very athletic. It's going to be an Olympic sport someday.
You know, here's the irony.
You laugh, but you watch it and you'll see.
You heard it first here, right? You laugh, but he was complaining about rich people, you know, setting up Segway polo target practice in their houses, and that's why they got beat in Barbados. I'm not buying it, are you?
I tell you, the Barbados and the Germans are much better than us right now.
Yeah.
We got to go back to the drawing boards and practice skills.
They got
skills in anything you do.
That's right. They got 2nd place last year, so you're not going to let that happen the next year, are you?
Right. But on top of it, I'd like to share something with you.
Yeah.
I have never told you, and very few people in my life, but since I was 10 years old, the greatest company in the world for engineering was Hewlett Packard. It's the place I wanted to work.
That's cool.
Getting to work here then and again is just one of the luckiest things in my life, you know, besides maybe my wife.
Yeah, tell them about, you know, this is a great story. Tell them about, you know, kind of one of the slide rules, kind of ironic that it's in that. Tell them about how you solved the slide rule.
Well, I wasn't in the original Hewlett Packard HP35 handheld calculator team. I came right after that, before the 45 and on. And but it's so amazing because that's that innovation. They had a spark of thinking this thing was valuable, even though the marketing numbers said it would hardly sell, just a few. Bill Hewlett wanted to get this thing made. It fits in your hand and does what you punch in numbers instead of sliding over to a position on a scale. What an incredible turn in history that was, you know. And it took off, and it was really a big mainstay of the company for quite a long time. Yeah. But before that, Hewlett Packard, that was like the first consumer product from HP. Before that, HP had the fine equipment that I saw when I was 10 years old. My dad brought one home. Got to use it for a night. I had my ham radio I built, and I could watch on the oscilloscope. And he told me, Hewlett Packard makes these products that are more reliable and sturdier. They're not like Heath kits. They're not like toys. And so the server division, you know, all the different servers, the ProLiant and the Blade servers kind of take me back to that HP.
Yeah. Well, I mean, lots of innovation. So what are you doing these days?
These days? Well, I'm with Fusion.io.
Yeah.
And Fusion.io, it's kind of amazing, but you know, in the mid-70s, the price of certain kinds of chips had finally come down low enough that by looking at the needs the right way, it was possible to make a personal computer. And here we are, you know, in the 2000s, and the price, due to Moore's law of NAND flash technology, finally came down to where these little chips that were in our cameras and didn't really lead to thinking right away, this is going to be the mainstream storage of the future, it's going to be the high-speed storage. We just sort of thought, well, you can make some slow disks, some solid-state disks, they're kind of expensive. It wasn't really obvious, but this company put together a formula that just totally blows away storage, you know. And our life, you guys know, I mean, leaders in the world, you know, the number of servers there are and all the data centers. Well, every server has a lot of storage behind it. And it's the innovation of how do you hook it up. You talk about the sprawl and saving things and condensing and, you know, and really, you know, getting things down to one piece. And that's pretty much what this technology does when it's implemented the right way. I mean, why have big fiber channels going off to other devices that split it out and spread it out to hundreds of disks to make things seem fast when you can put it all right there next to the processor where it belongs, due to the speed of these chips? And it's that kind of thinking. It's very much like your Flex fabric, you know, for the I/O.
Just eliminate
and a virtual connect. What a simple, nice, easy to use process. It just makes everything so much simpler. This is the new.
I got some show and tell.
HP I/O I/O accelerator for the ProLiant series, PCIe bus. And our prior one was for your Blade servers.
So 640 gig of some of the highest performing, low latency, solid state disk drive sits directly on the PCI bus. So you're really connected up so you get incredible high performance. So in those workloads, if it's like a SQL or a database system where you're really adding lots of disk drives and spindles in order to get the kind of performance. I mean, this is the kind of breakthrough technology that can, change the game, just like Flex Fabric.
Yeah, and we don't innovate. We innovate. We don't think of just let's make the same thing with these chips. It's like every bit of the connection. You talked about self-healing in your servers, and that's kind of amazing. We actually have self-healing. If 1 up to 8 dies go bad on this board, it automatically will copy over, cover over, and seal itself.
Well, that's interesting.
Continue running. We've got extra parts on here for that.
Because that NAND technology, while it's incredibly fast, you've got to basically wrap it with other innovations like the self-healing to basically make sure you don't wear out one particular part, or if something goes bad, you lose it. And so a lot of innovation here from Fusion.io and many other solid-state vendors as well around kind of using this technology.
The main advantage to me, though, is just elimination of the sprawl, because I think of a manager, in a personal level or a business level. Let's compare our microphones. Mine bigger than yours? Yeah. In the personal level, I want things, if I have a lot of things to keep track of, a lot of wires and pieces of equipment and gear, where they're running to, I can do it and I can manage it, but I like it when it gets down to one simple little piece. That's all you think about.
So how much is in this here? Total storage? 5 gig? 5 terabytes. Sorry, Grant's over there. No, terabytes. 5 terabytes of I/O, of high performance disk drive, storage I/O, all using, solid state.
And the wave of the future is clear, because that basically will replace, a $200,000 SAN and do the job better and faster and cheaper, and get rid of, all the other savings, power, footprint.
Well, what do you think about kind of converged I/O and some of the other things that you've heard about here and that we've talked about? What do you think about convergence in general, and just what are your thoughts on the industry and where all this is going, Steve?
Well, convergence really gives you the flexibility and the scalability, and it's really amazing. It's a lot of it's in the software. And that's how we think of our own devices. Our own devices, we're trying to converge a lot of devices down into one, but we get the advantage of getting to run software on the host too.
Yeah.
So, and you can sort of see that's so important in the future. What is it? I don't know. The servers today, 40% of them or something, virtual. It's just a trend.
As a matter of fact, it's an interesting point you bring up. As of last year, for the first time, virtual machines surpassed physical machines.
Right, and of course you need a different style of management of virtual machines than you do for physical machines, and the same is true for a lot of the NAND flash technology. But
where do you guys see? Where do you see this going? Flash technology. You see the continued price and Moore's law to continue to catch up, and this be the standard?
Well, obviously we see you're holding one right now. I didn't talk about it, but we see larger devices, and we see. I used to think, well, we're going to be a little subset of the big storage. Systems that are sold, EMC and all. Mm-hmm. And no, we might just be the EMC, with good boards like this. We're not the only ones. We're innovating every day. We're coming up with better and better ideas. And and we're glad to have HP as a partner. You talk about your partnerships being very important to you, and that's how we feel.
Well, they are important, and so, what I want to let all you know is that Steve and Fusion.io, as well as HP, has given you all a gift. There's books outside. It's called, what's the name of the book?
I Was, and 200 of those books, some percent of those books, have golden tickets inside that get you into our beach party tonight on the beach here.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky, I hope to see you there.
And then I want to let you guys know, as you all leave, grab a book. Check to see if you've got the golden ticket. We will not put you in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It'll be Waz's beach party, okay?
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And we're going to have Steve up in the expo area. So if you guys want to come and talk to him and, maybe get him to sign a book if he's got time, stop up there. I know he was very gracious in Germany when we were together doing that, and I know, I'll speak for you, I know you would love to do a few of those.
We're going to be short on time before the expo floor closes, but I'll be there to talk to some people. The party will be a great time. That's the best.
There you go. So anyway, open up, see if you've got the ticket. I want to thank you, Steve, for spending time and kind of sharing some of your history at HP, and Fusion.io and you for being such a great technology partner.
Thanks so much, Mike.